What is up, everybody? Oh my gosh, guys, this is so last second. I have to do stuff. I am actively getting the receipt out because I got to get that ready for power rankings up. But here I am on a Monday evening trying to get all this going together. Chat, welcome to SGL Podcast episode 23, where we break down going through week 4 of season 10 of SGL. I am not alone. I'm joined by the Portland accountant in crime, one that has definitely vied and purchased Riverhounds merch before. So just like that, he is one of my own. Rydog, what's going on, bro?
I can say the same for you though, because I gave you a scarf, so a Timbers scarf. So, we've got the Pittsburgh Timbers Army, Steel Army, crossover. Again, it's good to be back on the podcast. We had another insane week. I've actually been thinking about this like all weekend. But before we get into that, Debit, because I'm just already gonna go off topic. Our soccer teams had some fun weekends this weekend, eh?
Yeah, that is definitely to say. I'll admit I have not looked much at MLS playoffs. I have been preoccupied with other things so far, but at least going to my side, I am incredibly blessed to say that we got Tifo up and ready to go, and we actually won in PKs against Hartford in a rematch after last time where Marlon Hairston accused our captain of saying a racial slur. So you know what? Full revenge dagger game, and because of Detroit City upsetting Louisville, 8 seed beating a 1 seed Shield winner in the East for the second time they've done this in 3 years, the last time it being against us. We get to host another playoff game, which is kind of crazy to see because that was the least of what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's kind of how we felt in 2021 with MLS Cup. Frankly, I know, Devitt, you can shut your ears for this, but Philly was kind of my MLS East team just because my dad's side of the family lives over there. And
Tragic.
when they, I know, right? When they lost to NYCFC in the conference final, I was like, oh, that sucks. Like Philly, I feel like deserves a title at this point for how consistently decent they've been, consistently good. And then I realized that we were gonna host because we had more points, or we were the higher seed, or whatever it was. And so I was like, holy crap! And then I was like, oh crap! Okay, we're hosting now if we win. So I feel that. And yeah, it's an exciting feeling getting a home game you didn't think you were gonna get. I don't feel that way anymore because I don't feel like that this year because we don't have any more home games. The Thorns do, so I'll be there.
Hey,
So that's cool, but not the Timbers, unfortunately.
well, tragic, but we take what we can get in some circumstances. It's awesome to see. And continue best of luck. But we gotta start talking about SGL. I've been seeing some of you drop into chat so far. Rydog, you're extending your watch streak. I didn't know that was a thing that popped up.
I didn't know either, and then I was like, well, all right, hell yeah.
Yeah, I see Toadette dropping in here. Maz keeping the chat active. I see Nelly dropping in. Stretchy Rydog tonight. How do you feel about being stretchy?
I already said it earlier. I was wide Rydog. What's that like? Is it like wide Reddles or
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, wide Rydog, stretchy Rydog, wide dog. Toad said, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. No, I'm ready to talk some SGL. Like I prefaced, and I know some of you probably already know that we had an absolute insane week this week. I don't know what we're doing first, Debit, but
well, first we gotta start talking about what just happened during the week, because as you mentioned, it was a cinema week, one that I was dropping by and trying to catch as much streams as I can, because whenever just looking back at the past results, honestly, a lot more exciting matches to see instead of most of the 3-0s, 3-1s that we were used to seeing. Nothing in the premiere was a sweep whatsoever. We always had a 4-game series at least. In the championship, there was only one sweep, and it was probably the expected one to see. Like FSD Chrome getting a reverse sweep, Cinco Dose taking on Dallas Burn, actually beating both Dallas teams so far this season. So, Austin on top for right now. But also EM turning around and getting on KC over here. Granted, with a slightly, I guess, less powerful roster, but they still get the job done in Game 5. You guys doing a Game 5 against ECRC and winning. Steel Army not sealing the deal, but Game 5 Cinema against the Rebellion. Dude, if you didn't get to watch any of these games, go back on YouTube and go check out the VODs. Rydog, well, I mean, you could be biased, but you got a favorite series that you're looking at so far this past week?
I mean, we were watching, we being our team, we were watching that EMKC series. Obviously, that's big for, obviously, because we know how good KC is. And so them dropping to EM is, one, scary because we haven't played EM yet, but two, like I said, it kind of gives you a gimme match, if you will, of like, hey, something doesn't click one day and you take another loss, it's okay. Because you potentially would still be ahead of KC. So, yeah, obviously this week too, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, was really big for cup seeding and all that sort of stuff. So, like I said, we'll get into that later. But, I mean, as far as a favorite series, I mean, I have to go with my own. I recorded the comms for it too, and watched it back probably 2 or 3 times. My girlfriend got mad at me because I watched it right after we played the series and I was laying in bed. I just pulled it back up and watched it. Yeah, so that was probably my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
The Cinco Dose beating the Dallas teams is crazy too. From what you said, beating both Dallas teams, that's a little in-state rivalry there. You got to feel for Sounders RC though. I think this is 2 or 3 times now where they've gone up 2 games and got reverse swept. So just can't close the series, unfortunately. They're close, then they're getting closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say just gotta keep charging on and get that final result. That's actually where I was sort of leaning with it too. Sounders RC, I just looked up, I'm like, okay, surely this is the moment we can dethrone FSD Chrome from the top spot, get them a loss on the season for once, and for it to be an 8 versus 1 seed right there, that would be just an insane result going into the cup. But no, they just casually get reverse swept, creating one of the most hyped series we've seen. And I'm also going to be biased. I'm going to take our series over in the championship. I know we definitely should have, well, may not definitely should have, but I think we probably should have squeaked out a win in that one. The Rebellion are a very good team, and they definitely deserve that final result. But I'm willing to bet that we run it back next time. I don't think we've seen the last of Steel Army against that team, and one that I'm really looking forward to the rematch. As well as looking out to see how that, that Bermuda Triangle of 2, 3, 4 in the Premier goes. That's at least where my head goes at every week as well, because I always think about you guys a lot, and especially with KC losing to EM this week, that's where things start to get a little more interesting than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at some of these series, right? You take TA and ECRC, that series, probably 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, is going 5 games. Right, and I think you can say the same about Rebellion Steel Army. I think you can say the same thing about KC and ECRC KCTA. Same thing with Chrome too for certain teams. The amount of games, and I said this before, I was at last week or the week before, that there's no more gimme games or no gimme series. It's a battle every single time, and so it's just super important to be on your game as much as you possibly can, and of course be on your game on game day, just because, right, it's the difference between it's a 2-point swing, right? It's 4 points versus 2 points, and and with how tight like the table can be and is, I mean, you need all the points you can get.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be a game of inches whenever it comes to this SGL season. By the way, chat, I'm sorry if my voice ever gets like deeper than it already is. I think I'm actually like still recovering from the playoff game slightly, so that's how you know I had a good time at least.
I
But
think
just
my
wanted to
voice
give
is gone
that
too. Like,
feel like you just gotta go hard in the paint, you know?
well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Gage Gira scored in the 98th minute, literally last kick of the game. And so, of course, we went crazy and yelled and screamed and all that, and then went to PKs. And if there's any San Diego fam watching, I know I tagged you guys in the Discord already, but please learn how to take some PKs. But yeah, it was an insane night. My heart rate, I think, was probably over 180 at one point. So.
All right, well, that does it for like that little recap. If we could bring up the league tables, update league tables through week 4, just to see like where all the results hold at this moment. And we released it out today on Twitter. As you can see, FSD Chrome perfect on the year so far, 16 points. That 2, 3, 4, Hell Circle, getting a slight little 2-point swing, as you had mentioned. You have that cushion right now with ECRC after beating them in 5, and also with KC taking the loss. EM and Las Cinco Doce at 10 points. EM, that actually, what is it? Yeah, I think that actually should be flipped with Las Cinco Doce due to tiebreakers, but I think that's how the formula kind of calculated out right now. Oh my gosh, live switch. Oh, look at that. And then EM Dallas Burn at 7 points, Sounders RC at 6 points. Over in the championship, Steel Army still have the top spot, but also with a game in hand on the Rebellion. If they just get one more win on the bye week that Steel Army has, then that will be the opportunity for them to overtake Steel Army. FSD Azul, after the bye week, still only had 3 matches at 8 points. Same with EC Defiance, not on a bye, but taking care of results there at 8 points. EC Eternal getting a win against LV. They move up into the 5th spot with 5 points. Axe and Rose 6th at 5 points as well. And Los Verdes still have yet to get a win on the year, chilling in last. But maybe the Cup is a chance for them to regain some form, maybe carry it back into the league. But for right now, that is where we stand.
Yeah, it's a pretty good recap, and obviously, table being it's shaping out to where it's kind of supposed to be. I will say though too, because this goes for TA and for Steel Army, that like even they have that one loss, they got the maximum amount of points they could get for that loss. Both of those teams lost in 5. So they got the maximum amount of points there, which is huge, right? Because once again, when it comes down to the wire towards the end of the season, like those game points really matter. And so even like for a team like ECRC losing to TA in 5, right? They lost to KC in 5. Like that's the maximum amount of points they can get, and obviously it helps that GM percentage column as well, for tiebreaker purposes too. Like you see, ECRC are ahead of KC because of that GM percentage. So yeah, it means everything. And of course, like I said, especially for this past week, it was so important for the Premier League because the seeding for the Cup was determined by by those games, really. Like there was a lot of movement in between week 3 and week 4. So huge week for them. And of course, yeah, the championship as well, it's kind of shaping up to be what I think maybe our preseason rankings might have been. So yeah, I mean it's good. It's going to be a battle for the top 2. I mean those top 3 or 4 teams, Debit, in the championship are all very close. It might be like a 1A 1B and then kind of like a 3-4 kind of thing, or 3A 3B kind of thing, but it's really close.
Yeah, that's about where I put it too. That's a good way to describe the championship. because like FSC Azul or EC Defiance is gonna have to take a result from Rebellion or Steel Army at some point. FSD Azul, I think. I mean, I know we've played them and they haven't gotten a result. Defiance played Rebellion and didn't get a result there. So they are already on the back foot against them. It's gonna have to take a rematch in order to see if your prediction actually ends up coming true on that end. But I probably expect it to shape out the way you have it, that 1A, 1B, 3A, 3B kind of vibe you're putting down. So I can agree with that.
Actually, Maz, can we put up the table again? I want to make one more point, just because, of course, and this is 100% biased, because obviously I just talk about my team way more than the other teams. But for TA's purposes, we have played the top 5 teams. Well, I guess top 4 teams other than ourselves. So, like I said, there's no more gimme weeks, so I can't say, oh, the last 3 games in league, in the first half are going to be cakewalks. Not a chance. But I think it's just kind of funny how the way the schedule's worked out and how the teams are and everything, that we've played the top 4 teams so far. I'm 3-1. I'd say it's pretty good. Maximum amount of points other than, going undefeated. So, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think it's a accurate reflection of what you got going on over here, especially after that kind of tough schedule to start. Although I definitely did not predict Chrome being the team that they were, but definitely within at least the top spot, I know you can definitely get on the rebound opportunity. But you guys have done well, so I got to agree there. But I can also save your spot for later whenever we end up talking about power rankings, because we do have another week to do that before we get into the Cup.
True.
In which we tend not to do power rankings for the Cup because it's more of a bracket. It's sort of like an anything can happen kind of deal. We can point out what teams definitely strike us as probably the favorites or maybe like some underdogs, something like that, depending on how many games they play, what sort of game modes they end up using within the Cup itself. But for right now, we gotta start talking about these teams that we gotta rank. And Toad Death initially told me in chat one of these times, I think it was after the game 5 with you guys, saying to go easy on him in power rankings.
Okay.
And at least whenever screen does pop up, I think I've gone as easy as I can be. I feel like it's fair, but that's up for him.
Or will Stephen P. Smith come out? Who knows?
I think it's fair, but that I don't think Maz has put up that Stephen P. Smith yet, so he hasn't deemed me insane enough yet.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we say you did pretty good last week? So you just gotta follow what you did last week. Right?
I guess. Yeah, as long as I follow that same line of thinking. We both got our own logical conclusions over here, but we're both going with logic. I could just say screw it and put ECRC at 1 and then get fired from the show, but that would go against my own level of thinking over here, as I actually do have this prepared and ready to go. I was scrambling to find this last minute. I nearly thought I lost it. I was like, oh no, please don't tell me I lost the receipt. I always keep it on my desk.
That's basically your Declaration of Independence type document, you have to do that.
That's my founding document.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Alright, since we are going with Premiere first, I will take lead on this one. As per usual, I'm going to start from the bottom. And maybe a bit of a curveball in this one, but at the bottom, I'm going to put EM Dallas Burn. Sorry, Caesar, if you're in chat. I don't think you are, but I've at least seen Andrea pop into the chat as well. Good to see you here. Welcome to the SGL podcast. So EM Dallas Burn are going to be at 8. That leaves Sounders Rocket Club at 7 then. So let's get thrown up on screen. You can see the updated rankings. Uh, I'll explain why Sounders RC ends up going up to 7 after this, but I feel like you can kind of explain why. Number 6, it's actually no change for me this time. Las Cinco Doce, they are going into that 6th spot still, even though in the standings they had that tiebreaker on EM. But EM, you're going at 5. You still remain, at least trying to find a top spot over here. You pushed yourself up 2 spots in my ranking over here, so good job there. And be the same top 4, not as last week, but like the same top 4 you're used to seeing. But KC, you will continue to be down at the 4 spot. You will just have to remain here. It is a little boring though. ECRC, sorry Toad, you're going to 3, just not quite it. Timbers Army 2, FSD Chrome 1. Listen, I was so tempted. I was so ready to dethrone FSD Chrome, but they actually didn't pull off the result. But that's why Sounders RC moved up to 7th and EM Dallas Burn moved down to 8th. Didn't get the result against Las Cinco Doce, and they lost in 4 too, so that's why I pushed them down below Sounders RC. They just can't finish the series right now, but they are at least getting quality wins so far. EM, you beat a KC team, even if they're throwing out Serrano, Funch, and Thoringold. That still is a good result in my eye, especially with that roster that EM proper has this season. ECRC, how can I put you above Timbers Army? How can I put you above Timbers Army after that series? And then Timbers Army, you're rightfully in 2nd. There's nothing else I could say about it. FSD Chrome, you regain. You're still in the top spot. Nothing else I could really say about that one. Sorry, I'm just looking at Toad's reaction now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what's funny is I like this list. I don't think we need the Stephen P. Smith meme. I think this is pretty good.
Hey.
I might have a tweak. Potentially. But yeah, I don't hate this. I can totally see this. So I guess with that being said, I'll just jump into my list. I'm conflicted between 7 and 8 because I don't mind Sounders RC getting the bump. I just think based off of how the series have gone, I cannot move them up, unfortunately. So I think I have to have Sounders RC at 8. They're so close. They are so close, right? They have 2 reverse sweeps. Or they've been reverse swept, and so I think if they can just find a way somehow to finish off those series, and it's a momentum game, right? Obviously, like it's the other team wins game 1, okay, whatever, the first game that they win, and then they win the next game, and you're like, oh crap, now they have all the momentum, now they have all this going for them. Like, how do we swing it back in our favor? And they just haven't found a way to do that. So. Yeah, for that reason they have to go 8. Gosh, I'm going EM Dallas Burn. I think we play them this week in the cup, which I know we're not obviously counting the cup for this since we haven't played a game or anything like that. But yeah, we'll see what they're really made of. Disappointing results so far, I think, for how good that team is. I know obviously EM Dallas Burn split up a little bit, but they're still quality teams, and that's kind of just goes to the point of like there's no free wins in this league. With that being said, this is where I want to mix things up a little bit. I don't know. This like
it's tearing at you.
It's like the 5 through 7 range are all like really interchangeable for me. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep it the way you have it. I think I go Las Cinco Doce 6, EM 5. I think EM just has the more pop-off potential, right? I think you have a player like Luis. It's just he can do what he wants when he wants, kind of thing. I think Lysenko Dose are not like that. I think they're actually the opposite. I think they're more of a team. Just like solid all around. Which I know isn't a great theory for why I put them like that. I know it didn't make Trigga happy with that in the Twitch chat. Sorry, bro. It's really 5A 5B, like right there. Until I play EM and figure out what's going on. That's a 5A 5B stitch. I know even Lysenko Dose I think has the head-to-head against EM, but
They do.
yeah, we'll see. Moving forward, these are my power rankings, and you can give the Ryan P. Smith meme or something like that. We can put that up. I am actually gonna go the same top 4 as they are in the table. So Chrome at 1, TA 2, ECRC 3, KC 4. I did read Twitch chat, and Nelly, even though he is my teammate and might be slightly biased, he does bring up a good point about Chrome. Obviously, they haven't lost a series yet. That makes sense, and I think that's really the only reason why I'm keeping them at 1. Oh, they want me to repeat that? I'm doing just the same as the table. So yeah, Chrome and then TA, ECRC, Cauldron. Yeah, Nelly brings up a good point. They really like their strength of schedule isn't there, right? And so you reward them for being undefeated, but at the same time, like when they start playing these hard teams, like they obviously have the potential to fall, and we're really going to see what they're made of. Just like I think from the flip side, like what I mentioned before about TA, is that you know what they're made of because they played Chrome, ECRC, Cauldron, and Lysenko Dose, and so you know what's happening. So there is an argument for TA 1, Chrome 2, I think, given strength of schedule. So I think next week, I don't know who Chrome play, or I guess maybe not this week because it's Cup, but next week, their next league week, we could potentially see where they falter, right? Who knows, right, over the next few weeks. So, but I mean, like I said, they're just playing who's in front of them, and you have to, you can't fault them for that, and you get to pick their schedule at the beginning of the season, right? So I think that's why I more so kept them at 1. But obviously it's going to be a true test to see, you know, where this team really is over the next few weeks when they play an ECRC, a KC, you know, a Lysenko Dose. I'll keep them in that conversation. I thought they were a good team, so we'll see.
Yeah, that was well said. Totally taking that all into account. It's like one of the toughest things to do. Rank a team that has had all the results against strength of schedule argument, but then the team in first place, you know, still has the edge over that team who's had the, I guess, better strength of schedule wins, but like they just beat them that one time. Yeah, you gotta look forward to the replay. Nelly played it right.
That's I think the replay, yeah, and I'm not here to say copium that we didn't have our strongest lineup back then. We took him to 5, that's fine, whatever. Like, I believe that whatever 3 that we put out there is going to be a good lineup no matter what. So, agreed. Right, and we'll never know if I was in the lineup that goes 5, you know, whatever, right? We'll find out on the replay, right? And other things are bound to happen in between that. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anything can happen in between. Just like Toad's promising potential over here. Listen, potential FC ain't gonna cut it right now. Sorry, that ain't gonna do it for me as far as power rankings goes. So, you know, maybe one week you'll somehow convince me, but this week is not that week.
I mean, but see, here's the thing, and this is what I definitely thought about too, is because do you put, like, and of course it goes back to like, where do you put Chrome, right? Because you could say the same thing for ECRC and KC, well, I guess maybe not KC now with the EM loss, but definitely ECRC where they took TA to 5, they took KC to 5, right? But does that KC loss kind of get weighted less because KC lost to EM? Like, it's like so crazy to just keep throwing dominoes in the mix and all that sort of stuff. I mean, look,
Yeah.
the bottom line is ECRC is a good team, great team, and they're a top 3 team no matter what. So it is what it is. Like I said, I put them at 3 because we just beat them. I think that makes sense head to head. I don't think they've played Chrome yet, so they have a chance to. I think if they beat Chrome, here's what I'll say. And if I'm on the podcast after that match, somebody clip this and tweet at me or whatever. That if they beat Chrome, I put TA1, ECRC 2, Chrome 3. I think Chrome drops 2 spots if they lose to ECRC. So there you go.
I could see that.
You have it on VOD. It's there. The documentation is there. So.
All right, clipped and shipped and ready to go, just in
That's
case
right.
for next time. That's good stuff. All right, we yapped a lot. Time to.
Yeah,
Let's
that was
see.
one league, by the way.
Yeah, that was just talking about one league. I'm just like, oh yeah, we gotta talk about another league. We gotta look at the championship, which, I know I talked about it last week about stuff that would happen, and I feel like a lot of stuff will be similar to what we said the last time. At least based off the results that we probably expected to see, but I'm gonna let you take the floor because this is your time to shine.
My time to shine. All right. I am going. Gosh, okay, I'm gonna be super lame. Super lame. I only have one change from the table, and I think it's 2-1. So LV7. I think, yeah, they're just not there yet. They haven't won a game yet, unfortunately. But it is what it is, right? Axe and Rose. Still trying to find their footing after getting their first series win. Of course, that first win was LV. To be fair, given what I've seen from the rest of the league, I mean, it's a tough league. Like, I think those 3 spots right there, because I was impressed with EC Eternal. I mean, we've seen Divines for seasons. I'm always impressed with them. And Azul, just the match I watched must have been a fluke because they looked great this past week. As I was looking at stuff. So, yeah, and I think 2-1. I think you just give the head-to-head right now to Rebellion. So Rebellion 1, Steel Army 2. I think that just makes sense. I'll say it again, like I said last week. I think it's a 1A, 1B situation, right? Goes to 5, all that sort of stuff, right? I think Bernana, I feel you, brother. I know. I'm still waiting to see if you got that DP contract that you so deserve. I think you and Azul are 3A, 3B. I don't know if y'all played each other yet. If you have, then I would probably give the head-to-head or the higher seed to the head-to-head. So if that's happened, then there you go. If not, well, we shall see. Oh, you play this week? Well, it's Cup. We're not going to count the Cup, but it'll be a test to see, like, okay, maybe there's a flip there. So, like I said, right now I think it's 3A, 3B. Although I'm impressed with Eternal. So, and I can't remember who they played this week. Or if they played. Yeah. They're impressive. They're impressive me. So, yeah, I don't have much else to say. I know I don't follow it as much as the Prem. As closely, I did watch some of the VODs earlier today at work while I was working, but
Hey.
yeah, hopefully that's not like too controversial.
I don't think that's really that controversial. You know what's yeah. Maz, we were doing so good so far. I'm just like telling him, and I guess another way you saying that we haven't had a tie as far as power rankings go yet this season. But Yeah, we have a tie.
The exact same list.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it because you know why? Because it looks like I'm correcting Azul and Defiance after it already happened because Azul didn't play this week. But I'm literally basing it off of only really one thing so far, and it's their performance against Axe and Rose. The fact that EC Defiance led up a game to them and Azul shut them out. So, and that was
Wow,
my
Nelly
primary.
just put it perfectly. Champ kind of seems there's a 1-2 battle, a 3-4 battle, and a 5-6 battle. I don't hate that take.
I don't entirely hate it either. I have yet to see where a 5 spot actually goes within this. Uh, because I can literally see them going up to the 3-4 and challenging for that a little bit. I don't see EC Eternal dropping to the Axe and Rose spot, but honestly, even Axe and Rose can push up a bit further IMO. Like like that 3-4-5-6 is gonna be a battle. Like if I if I had to expect two teams to come out on top of it, it's still gonna be the two teams that are there right now. But it's gonna make it interesting. That's all I'll say about that. And then yeah, and at least as far as that goes, the only change that like I said it last week that Rebellion still deserve this spot right now because they haven't played Steel Army yet. Steel Army haven't deserved the number one spot yet because they haven't played Rebellion since like we were all in one league or something like that, or tried to do stuff and like scrim with them before. So I really wanted to see how that would play out coming from Premier down to Championship. And as I think my reasoning was quite simple. Whoever won got the number one spot, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else I can add. That makes sense. I think I felt that way too last week because I think last week I did put you guys at 1. But I think it came down to this, and it's the same thing that happened with TA and ECRC. I think there's an argument that you could have put ECRC at 2 and TA at 3, and since that head-to-head happened, now you have that. Okay, yep, TA won, so theoretically they're ahead, right? If ECRC would have won, then you'd say, yep, they stay there because that makes sense. Like, I think that makes sense.
Exactly. Oh, Skyline, you're good. Yo, yeah, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the 1 bit. Appreciate it, bro. I've been looking forward to the random bit donations, so glad you could join us. Coach, GM, owner, player, Skyline, and just so you all now know, in SGL discussion, the channel, power rankings are posted, and there's already comments on it. So, players, whenever you're ready to go see Playboy 40 yell about Rocket League rankings, feel free to go check them out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, gotten through review. Power rankings. I know we do have clips to go to, but there's one other thing that we have not done this season, and I hope Maz has it ready because this is the first time we've, or at least done this because it's after 4 weeks now. We have top 5s to present.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah, let's see. Are we ready? Oh, we're ready to go. Oh, let's get them. Let's get them in there.
Top 5.
Because we wanted to keep top 5s around, but it was tough to do after like immediately like 1 or 2 weeks. Because like they're gonna be so skewed. Oh wait, what? Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, yeah. Can we do top 5s and then we can talk. We can either do clips or cup after that. Honestly, either one works. I could see either of them being done in that order. If you want to do that. But yeah, while top 5s are getting ready to be put up on your screen here, yeah, we wanted to wait a few weeks just to let the results actually kind of like hash out a little bit. Because after 1 week, they're going to be so skewed in one direction. Plus, we haven't seen everybody out on the pitch yet. We're only going to see potentially either 3 players or maybe all 6 if they got something like that going. But yeah, those were posted in SGL discussion, I believe. a little bit ago. Kind of scroll up and find them. There's too much chatter. Yes, they were. So if you're in Discord, you definitely have already seen them. And then for podcast purposes, you'll be able to see it up here on screen. We'll get to see, the same stats that we're used to seeing. Points per game, total points, goals per game, total goals, assists per game, saves per game in total. I'm actually interested to look just for a couple different reasons. Just for the fact that some teams, even though they are the same, we've actually had some shifting as far as what players are in the usual spots that we have seen them before. So once we are able to get that person ad up on screen, you can actually see the difference and at least see where the top performers of each division are.
Yeah, and I think it's good. Obviously, I think we did like a 10-game minimum for these. Just because I love my man Piglet, but I think he played 4 games and had like 5 or 6 assists or something. So last year he was always at like the top of the assists per game, which small sample size. And so we're just kind of eliminating those outliers just to kind of see who is where. A lot of familiar names on the list as well. Yeah, Maz, why don't you just pop them on up there? I was looking at them on my my screen here.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, so it's a little text might be a little hard to see, but we'll keep it rolling. I mean, let's just start at the top, Debit. I mean, you just see kind of the I don't want to say the hymn of each team kind of thing, especially with like points per game. I mean, obviously you see Lloyd Boys up there for points. Caesar, Fatality. I mean, Luis, Toad Death, kind of your usual suspects there.
Oh yeah.
But of course you do like the per game, and that kind of puts it in perspective, right? Because obviously like the total points, right? Because if you go to 5 every single series, right, you're gonna farm some points, and that's why that like points per game is so clutch. And all the
interesting enough. Like, I get the argument, but it still is supporting Loyboy right now for all the games that he has played. Because he's still, there's such a disparity between first and second in total points, but he's still got, like, an 85-point lead on points per game right now. So it's just funny to see how that played out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I have the insight because he's on my team, but yeah, he's been the guy for us this season. I know I haven't played as much as I'd wanted to. I know Nelly hasn't played as much as he's wanted to, and so he's been kind of the consistent factor. Obviously, we know how good he is, but he's been kind of the guy to get us out of tricky spots and kind of save our bacon a few times. So obviously, it's nice to have him on my team. But yeah, I mean, the stats go for themselves for sure.
Yeah, you guys are definitely front runners in a lot of things. And I know Nelly took Golden Boot last year, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
So it's like role reversal now. Loyboy's in front by a large margin for Golden Boot right now. But right now, Nelly's trying to get Golden Playmaker right now.
Well, yeah, that's kind of planned a little bit. We said
strats?
That, yeah, we kind of said that before the season of like, hey, let's flip it a little bit. Even though I think Loyboy was second in goals, or maybe third, because I think Serrano was second maybe last season. But yeah, okay, so like internally planned. Obviously, like if Nelly scores, it's fine. Like it's not like we're gonna be mad about it or anything. Like especially if it's like overtime goal, we need the win. We're going for wins, of course. But that is something in the back of our heads, which is kind of funny. So. Once again, just like last season, all of my teammates are on here except for me. So let's go. 2 seasons in a row.
There's the glue.
Yeah, I'm the glue. Where's the top 5 glues of the league? I'm number 1.
Yeah, when do we get that stat line going? Just so
yeah,
can...
come on. Can we have like glue of the season? Elmer's glue of the season or something?
Sponsored by Elmer's.
Yes. Yeah.
Triple Season and Rebels are a 2-man team.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's pop on down there. I mean, yeah, shorts and polar. Woo!
They both have 20 goals each.
And but you can tell, like, it's like the 1A 1B. I mean, look at those stats and tell me how many are from Steel Army and how many are from Rebellion. I mean, look at this. The points per game is Rebellion, Steel Army, Steel Army, Steel Army. Total points is Rebellion, Steel Army, Rebellion, Steel Army, Steel Army. Like, goals too. Like, Parks is up there. That's cool for ECD. Birdana's up there. Goals per game. Nice, nice. But, I mean, you just see it over the course of the... Right? I mean, so many Steel Army and so many Rebellion.
Yeah, it really has been a share the love effect, at least on Steel Army's side. Because we at least see, like, Red 4 getting up in assists per games and in on total assists as well. I've definitely not been on front as far as goals go. Like, Bears finally getting the upfront goals, which is awesome to see because it can't be just me the entire time. Like, they've just been going for it, and I love to see it. Also wanted to shout out Mace on here, on Los Verdes. Coming from a team that's at the bottom, they tend to get a lot of shots against them. So at least they're getting recognition for all the shots that they have to save coming at them. And also, at least getting a quality goal on Steel Army whenever they played them as well. So I just want to shout out them. Dude, 21 saves already?
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, it's interesting too, because just obviously jumping back up to the Prem and my team, like, we score a lot of goals, but we also give up a lot of shots. Like, you see Nelly and Loyboy there on the saves statistic as well, which I think is kind of funny. Or total saves, not saves per game or anything like that. But yeah, and I don't know if that's just point farming or like top 5 farming or whatever. But yeah, and I know for those of you in chat, I know because Andrea was saying it too. The raw data is in. It's somewhere. I think it's links and resources, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yep,
So feel free to do your own digging and your own tables. And I know, Debit, you and I love Excel probably. So
probably
rank it, sort it, all that fun. X lookup, all that fun stuff. You know, V lookups.
Oh baby.
Yeah. You can see how close you really are to the top 5. Are you 6? You could be 6. Could be the one right off the list. So.
You could be literally just outside, and you can look at what stats you want to showcase in order to get yourself on these top 5s, or at least show yourself off in a different stat that you didn't know you were that we just haven't shown up here.
True.
Oh, dude, Triple C's getting in on it too.
Index match. That's right, dude. Oh, and the macros, talk to me.
Yeah, we'll have to talk later on this one. Us Excel Kings over here.
That's right.
I got 8 goals. Okay. All right, gotcha. So that's where we stand at this point. All right. Well, yeah, those top 5s. New feature to this season, at least for right now. Now that we actually have the data for it. As mentioned before, tragically, no clips for the time being, so we will have to move in on time for the cup competition that we are now about to be entering, because we are taking a brief little league hiatus in order to, get back into cup competition and at least talk a little bit. I mean, I know you probably all heard it throughout the broadcast this week. Matt's probably talking about it. We mentioned it briefly last week. The format, for those in SGL discussion, it was posted a little bit back as far as, like the game modes that we can do. There was only one update to it. No longer 1v1s as far as what you can pick for the even number of games. But unfortunately, yeah, guys, no clips. A little bit last minute. We're going to have to... we're setting up a compilation to put up on YouTube right now. So once that is released, link will be sent out. If not put in this chat, you can go react then, because there were a lot. This was a heavy week of clips.
Or just go back and watch the VOD. You see all the
That
clips. And those are up on YouTube too.
No clips because I didn't want to show you when. Dude, we probably have like 10. I'm just saying, we probably have
guys,
10.
you heard it here first. Go back and watch that VOD because it's a good one.
Hey, Maz, chill out. I'm trying to hype up our matchup. But yeah. Hey. Nah, definitely go back, watch back our VOD. That was a great series. I can't wait to play them back another time. But yeah, we do got to move on to cup competition, and it's something that we did last week whenever showing off the break. But we can at least show the matchups for you guys again, just to see what you're working with. Moving on to the Prem first. The bracket is set, so even though Chrome played Sounders RC last week in League, they get to play them yet again. Funny enough, if Sounders RC had won that game against FSD Chrome and did not get reverse swept, they would have been in the 7th spot, so they would have potentially played Timber's Army then at that point.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's why that week was so important for league wise and just like getting the seeding down for this. Obviously, like TA winning in 5, putting them up in the 2 seed is important, right? Yeah, and honestly, just going back to the Chrome Sounders RC, I mean, do you take Sounders RC? Like, if they could win 2 games, like I feel like it's either gonna be Sounders RC in 5 or it's gonna be Chrome in 3. Like, I don't see this going. This going any
don't
other
forget,
way.
this is also 7 now.
Oh, best of 7. All right, so Chrome 4-0 or Sounders RC 4-3. Like, I don't think it's. Yeah, I think if it's a close series, Sounders RC take it. I think if it's just Chrome is just dominating, I think they're just gonna sweep it. Thank you for the reminder there.
Of course. Yeah, we gotta get all the extra modes within the competition over here. One outcome that I really like to see, at least if we're throwing like predictions up, I feel like this should favor Sounders RC, but I'm still gonna pick Chrome at the end of the day. I'm gonna loosely throw out a 4-2.
Okay, that's like, yeah. I mean, on paper you would think that Chrome would win that, and that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm just Rydog P. Smith today. Like, maybe I'm just like, I want the chaos. Like, bring me the chaos.
You know what? That's a good point, Maz. The devs maybe have more experience with extra game modes than we think.
Well, that is
I didn't
true.
consider that possibility.
They probably know all the coding, and they're like, you know what? Because they're paid to play them.
Yeah, exactly. They know all the secret spots and where to go.
But that's a low-key sleeper. That's a low-key sleeper. I don't. It's a 1-8 matchup, but it doesn't feel like that. Maybe it feels like a 3-6 maybe kind of thing.
It feels like a March Madness can happen with this.
Yeah. And I think we saw that a little bit last season too, at some points as well.
I can see that with the next matchup too, like Casey Cauldron, Lisinko Dose. Like, this happened because of a technicality where Lisinko Dose had the tiebreaker on El Matador, so they don't have to end up playing Timber's Army, but they instead have to play Casey Cauldron. Depending on what lineup gets thrown out, like, I would usually trust Serrano in an extra game mode, at least because he's been like a Blizzard Wizard before.
I was gonna say, he's a Rumble King, isn't he? Yeah.
Rumble King. Like, I know David, like, I think he got to at least Grand Champ in Snow Day.
Oh
yeah, and he got Iron Genius.
Yeah, he's got the Iron Genius tag, yeah.
Like, as I said before, like on paper, this favors KC not only just because of seeding, but like I trust them in extra game modes more than I would let's Cinco Dose.
I do as well. I mean, we just don't know. I'm intrigued for that series just for Runsal, right? Like just seeing him in other game modes. Obviously, he was. We played them. I think that was week 2. Like, he's insane at threes. He's good at threes. So, I mean, does that translate over to other game modes, extra game modes? Who knows, right? Just like the rest of us. But yeah, I think I have KC winning that one. I mean, like you said it perfect. Like, I just trust Serrano, Smitty, all those guys over there. I think that's a solid freaking team. So, I have them moving on.
I would too. I'm gonna throw out 6 as well, but I honestly could see 5 as well.
Yeah, 5 or 6 is a good game range for that.
TA Dallas Burn. All right. No bias, but I am not predicting a good outcome for EM Dallas Burn. I'll say that.
I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think. I think so. I'll give him a game or 2.
5.
Yeah, it'll probably be 5 or 6, I think, too. I don't know. We haven't played Burn yet. I think it's funny because Nelly and I were looking at the schedule, and we don't play any repeats unless for week 2 of the Cup, which I think is scheduled in 2 weeks. We potentially, obviously, depending on how the ECRC EM series goes, but because we play Dallas Burn, and then I think we play EM in League, or no, maybe we play Sounders RC in League, and then we could, yeah, it's just like we don't play any of the same teams, so
yeah, you play Sounders RC next.
Yeah, so we play Sounders RC next in League, and then round 2 potentially could be ECRC rematch or completely new team EM. So I don't know, at least for me, it's interesting going against new teams because you just don't know. Obviously, we know Caesar and we know some of the other guys on that lineup, but like you just don't know how they mesh completely together. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna give them some games because I think it'll take us some time to figure out what's going on. But once that happens, I think we'll be okay.
They definitely thrive in the chaos, but that's only why I'm kind of giving them a game because I expect you guys to recover and just sort of take it from there. So Caesar, I'm sorry I'm doing this to you. I know you're disappointed in me right now, based on the chats I'm reading. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to put Timber's Army in a pretty comfy spot right here, for that one. ECRC EM.
That's sneaky.
Yeah.
I think it's sneaky.
I feel like you have better reasoning than me, but
I'm going ECRC in 6. Oh, you think ECRC will destroy EM? Maz, wow. I don't know. I think you have the Luis pop-off potential. That's the only reason why I think I'm giving him 1 or 2 games. But yeah, I mean, on paper, I agree, Maz, completely. I think in this series has ECRC written all over it. Okay, Maz, that I agree with. If EM is playing at Prime EM, I think they can do some damage. But if not, I think ECRC are better across the board. I agree with that completely.
I expect the extra modes to be a little bit of a thriving for EM, so that's why I was lending credence to your Game 6 call, as far as at least picking ECRC, so I'm inclined to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't hate it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of like the Sounders RC Chrome kind of thing, where it's like if Sounders RC can play at their peak and not throw in games 3, 4, and 5, obviously the game 7 and stuff, but like they can win the series. It just depends what team shows up. The EM is just one of those teams the season where like you just don't know what you're gonna get on a week-to-week basis. Like there's a base level of consistency, but they have such a high ceiling and such a low floor as well. So you just don't know where in the middle they're gonna be. Because I think a majority of ECRC's floor is at EM ceiling, and I think obviously ECRC's ceiling is higher too. So I think that's why I give them the edge.
Yeah, I think that's about where our heads are at right now. Watch us be
Yep.
completely wrong, though. You know?
Well, it's a cup, so anything can happen. Yeah, exactly.
The cup. Hey, I mean, 3 of the top 4 seeds in the USL Championship playoffs are gone already. What did the script writers know?
Exactly. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in chat. Let us know what you think in SGL discussion. Put your thoughts there, at least for Prem. And then obviously we'll have championship here in a minute. We can kind of go through that a little bit. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Maz. Perfect timing. This one, Debit, if you want to give everybody a recap, this seeding and everything was a little bit different.
Okay, so how this happened. By the way, totally not rigged. Totally not rigged. It was done by wheel spin, complete random, because basically when looking at this after the votes, it was random seeding how it turned out to be. Didn't really do anything based on current standings, how the premiere was done. It was just like, screw it, let's spin a wheel. And that's how it happened. And whenever we spun the wheel, which is on YouTube, by the way, so I'm not, like, it's there. You can go watch the VOD back for that one. Steel Army totally rigged, did not rig the bye over here. They get to play the winner of LV and Rebellion as determined by wheelspin. Everything else was just determined by that. Just straight up wheelspin. Next, it just went down the line. So like Los Verdes, then it went Rebellion, then Eternal, Axe and Rose, so on. Remember, looking at how the bracket turned out, we could look at a very top-heavy upper semifinal and likely a very evenly split bottom half of the winner side of the bracket, which I think is going to be super exciting to see who ends up making it out of that one. At least remember going down the bracket. For LV Rebellion, I feel like we're probably looking at a pretty simple result based on what we've seen so far here. Rydog, you thinking the sweep potentially? Or do you think LV gets a game out of it?
I want to be nice and say they get a game, but I just don't think that's realistic. So yeah, I think I have to go for 0 Rebellion there. Unless one of the LV players is secretly a god at Rumble or something that we just didn't know about.
Potentially.
Yeah, so maybe something like that, but I don't know. I think Rebellion's too good.
Yeah, it's a too good moment right now. I can see that. I'm gonna opt for sweep right now as well, but I'm waiting for LV to shock me with this. So, prove me wrong, fellas. EC Eternal, Axe and Rose. This is one that I'm really glad the bracket kind of shaped out this way, because I think I'm gonna look at both these matchups just kind of like together. I think they both have Game 7 potential. I don't know if you agree with me on that or not.
Yeah. I think this is the perfect. Other than the first series, LV Rebellion. I think if Rebellion wins that, I think you have what we said earlier, right? You have a 1A versus 1B Steel Army versus Rebellion. You have a 5A 5B in Eternal and Axe and Rose, and then I think you have a 3A 3B in Defiance and Azul. So, kind of a cinema way to put it, right? We have like, at least to me, some of the most even first round matchups you could ever have. So,
as to who actually takes them, I know I've said game 7, and Maz does bring up a good point where, like, if they're not on their game, they can kind of just falter, and then it may just be GG's at that point. But I think I'm going to stick with my guns and say they're both in 7. I'm going to say Axe and
Okay.
Rose take this one.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to pick... Oh, this is so tough. I'm
It is
going to
so
pick...
tough.
I'm going to pick EC Defiance.
Okay. Those are gonna be my picks.
Oh no, we
yeah.
tied again.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, it's just so close. Like, there's no like the first series, you kind of know what's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I think you get a Rebellion team, they're just gonna I don't know, just do their thing and just dominate the game. These other series, like, there's so many other variables that can play into it that I think that's why it's hard to pick, right? Like, is this team gonna show up? Is this player gonna show up? Is this player secretly good at extra modes? Are they secretly really bad at extra modes? Like, there's just so many other variables that happen in those bottom 2 series. I don't know, just to be different, I'll be different. I'm rooting for Axe and Rose. I think Eternal take it, but I'm rooting for Axe and Rose. And if I need to pop into their comms and give them the mental boost or whatever, I will. But, yeah, I'll be different.
Yeah, I can see how that will work out.
It goes 7, though. I think it goes 7. I think,
yeah.
And if it doesn't go 7, I think the games individually would be like 1-goal games or something. Like, it's going to be a close series. Both of them. Both of those series are going to be, the games themselves are going to be very close.
Skyline Hope and Gridiron is in. I have bad news. That one's tough because that's another Forge mode, my guy. We have no idea if we can get 4 people on the field at a time. So we haven't tried that one out yet. Maybe next season. But yeah, that'll do it for Champ Cup and all the Cup competitions that we have this upcoming week. So make sure you stay tuned to the Twitch as far as scheduling goes. So you don't miss out on anything, because Cup week or in Cup competition is like none other in SGL. Try to do a little bit of Gamers 8 style to throw a little bit of craziness into the mix, so you guys get to experience that all while playing, which should be really fun to see. As far as Cup competition, remember, just have fun with it, especially for the new teams here or new players. Yep, you're going to be across a whole different bunch of game modes. Just sort of get together and start thinking about what you want to potentially do as like a counter pick if you lose those 3v3 games at all. So make sure you talk with your team, and then, yeah, just as mentioned, go have fun with it. But before we sort of end up closing this out, I had an idea. I don't know. Are we ready for that? Oh, dude, I just read commentary chat. Shut up, man.
Sorry, dude. I got the notification on my phone and just... That's you.
No, you're good. Well, I had one idea where, funny enough, ties into hockey, where commentary chat was going, where you sort of look at a few teams around the league, and you do a couple like quick pointers and whatnot, or maybe like a tips to win kind of thing for teams going forward within their next week. And I had picked out 3 teams to feature on this one. And just because it's super boring to pick the teams that are winning a lot, I don't do this to pick on them, but I do this because I see potential. And I picked these 3 teams, so Maz, whenever you're ready, or if you do have this ready up, go ahead and throw up on that. Yep, here is what I present as Debit's dumbass Week 4 Cup slides. Glad we got the title in there. That was exactly how I wanted this to be phrased. So as you can see, I have picked out 3 teams, and the first one that should be coming up is Sounders RC. Now, these quick little slides look like a 5th grader did them, but when was the last time you did a 5th grade project in Google Slides? You tell me now. So, for Sounders RC, I literally have not many points for you. You guys are actually flying. You just need to finish out a game 3 or a game 4 or a game 5. Continue your rotations and don't get too crazy with it. I have seen you guys overcommit way too much in there, especially get Christmas in there. I was watching him fly all over the place, in games 1 and 2, and that's why I kind of pointed out Noct right here. I'm like, I've done the same thing whenever it comes to like overcommitting and trying to get the game back in your favor. Just let the rotation happen. It's going to happen one way or another. Sometimes you're not the one to get the best of it. Just let the rotation happen. Let Blind cook. He was honestly a fiend in defense last time. I want to see how he transitions from defense to offense. So that's all I had there for Sounders RC. I hope you guys get the result in the cup because I actually do see a lot of potential in you guys. It just needs those last polishing touches.
I mean, they're 2 games away from being 2-2.
Exactly.
So they're close.
It's literally just like, get that one final thing, like that final lock-in moment they gotta get. Moving on to our next team. I'm sticking with the Premier. It's gonna be La Cinco Doce. Guys, I say this a lot. Get some damn boost. You're moving around the field, and I know what you guys are capable with boost because Runsal looks like a demon whenever he's in the air and trying to set you guys up. Now, what I need to see is Mr. Devin to commit a little higher up and get in the faces of some of his opponents. I know you want to set him up for some offense, but Devin, I want to see you get up in their face right now. I see you with 0 boost to 25 boost, way too much. I want to see a lot more. I want to see aerials out of you. I don't want to see Palace going for aerials because he stinks, and I'm saying that only because of the way that he is. That's what I'm saying, but I get spanked telling me to go back. Listen, man, sometimes you got to get in the face a little bit more than you probably think what ends up happening over here. And David's probably going to want to go for some demos on players to open you up. But how it keeps coming, just yell at your team captain to keep the vibes going, because I'm hearing that's at least probably the best positive I see out of you guys, is that you guys keep the mentality really positive overall. So I think it's honestly just a couple things for you guys, nothing too crazy. I believe in you guys to at least challenge for a 4th place spot. I haven't gone up because this season my shot's been bad, some with ball control, so I don't want to ruin the attack. Bro, sometimes the chances happen even if you ruin the attack a little bit. Think about all the stuff that you could do just with even a bad shot. It could be off the backboard where somebody reads it. It could be a shot where you take 2 people out of the play because they think it's going on their net.
There's so many more positives because I absolutely feel this because I also suck at shooting. I think because Reese and I were talking about it at the Timbers game this weekend. I have an 11% shooting percentage, which is
whoa.
Yeah, it's bad. But just like you said, Debit, like the positives are so much better. Like, did you make them double commit, right? Are you keeping pressure? Like, even if you spray it to the corner, like, is your teammate, rotating out, grabbing mid boost and going up the wall, right? Like, there's so many other positives that can come out of that. And so just don't be disheartened by your shooting percentage, even though like I said, I feel the exact same way because I also suck. But like, there are other positives to being in those positions, right? Especially if think about it, like an infield pass. Now you're just saying like, oh, hey guys, like we can infield pass, like this is something you're gonna have to defend. Okay, does that leave the backboard open now because they're defending the infield pass, or vice versa? They're defending the backboard now because you guys have been pounding the backboard, but then now the infield pass is open. So there's like so many other positives to that. So, but you'll get it back.
Exactly. I think that's part of the thing that can get caught in the head is like wondering if rotations are perfect or something just didn't work out your way. Bro, Rocket League is kind of a chaos game. Just go.
Exactly. Yeah.
You Timber's Army make a living out of like just absolute chaos and then getting a few bumps here and there. So it can work out for you too.
Real.
Moving on to our final team, I'm going to be pointing out EC Eternal, one team that I unfortunately did not predict in the Cup. But that's also why I wanted to highlight them here, because I know they were wondering about the whole Cup format and everything. Listen, it's a whole new thing. I'm going to emphasize that third point the most. Have fun with it. Talk with your teammates about like what game modes you just love to play. I've already seen a couple teams talking about like what they like to play versus not what they want to play. And also, I want to keep emphasizing Deep Sea to Philosophy Girl. That connection is such a good one that I'm seeing right now. Philosophy Girl is getting on the clips. Deep Sea has the mechanical control to get a lot of assists and maybe in time a lot more goals. I think Deep Sea hasn't been fully unlocked yet, but I'm hoping with the connection with Philosophy Girl, it can just go to depths that we haven't seen before. And finally, yeah, it's the Cup. Warm up on your extra modes. Go into a party and then just say, screw it. We're going to go play Snow Day for like 5 games. Just give it 5 games. We're going to go play Hoops for 5 games. We're going to go play Drop Shot for 3. Anything like that.
Yeah, it's just to work out the rust, right? Because those things are game modes that you've probably played. Maybe you haven't, but most Rocket League players have at least played 1 or 2 games of each game mode, right? And so it's just remembering like the basketball and drop shot is bouncier, right? So you got to read it a little different. Like the corners of the drop shot arena are a little bit different because it's a hexagon, right? So it's like those little things that you pick up on during like a warm up, right? Stuff like that. And so it just makes your play a little bit like better when you get into there. You're not like surprised like, oh crap, I forgot it's a hexagon, or I forgot that this and that and all that sort of stuff. Or I forgot how to use this rumble item, right? That's probably the most common one for me because I don't even know what half of them do anyway. So it just shakes off that rust a little bit, gets you used to it a little bit, and then you can go from there.
Exactly. So yeah, EC Eternal, you guys are fine. This should be a fun Cup week for you. I'm looking forward to your matchup. I know I didn't present you as winners, but honestly, 7's doable. I've seen what you guys have done so far, at least in your first matchup against us, and even subsequent matches. Cup weeks are some of the best, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not playing immediately in it. We're the only team not playing in the Cup, or even like this week in general, so...
I think Shaybomb's volunteering his team to go next week.
Imagine my team would just get roasted. Well, Rydog's just going to present the strength of schedule argument and then just put you down in power rankings.
Look, they're the only undefeated team left in league. If they run the table, they're the best team in the league. It's just simple as that.
I'm putting in chat, or even just like things that I notice about you guys that I like to see or don't like to see, anything like that. Yeah, I'm kind of want to
keep it going.
I want to keep it like fun, lighthearted. I don't want to be like, yeah, you guys are shit. Like,
formal coaching with Debit.
Yeah, let me yap about your team some more on this podcast.
That's right.
While we all grow in the game together, and then also talk about soccer later on. Yeah, if you guys like the series, definitely let me know about it. Hope to do more of this and also just involve other people within it. Talking to you guys, Rydog as well. Any input is appreciated. Same with Maz. For him saying it's good Luis isn't here, he'll probably roast each and every team he sees. He'll roast his own teams. Or David's team. I can guarantee that one.
It's fun. It keeps it fun, lighthearted. Just especially gives like the teams maybe that are closer to the bottom like little things that they may not see. Like the outside opinions are so important because you get so tunnel visioned on, hey, I need to do this better. I need to do this better. It's hey, what about this thing that you haven't even thought about or haven't even considered, and it just gives you a new perspective.
Yeah. hoping to add to that depth and bring that more to you guys. Hopefully, I'll bring it after the cup weeks because maybe it could translate to league play. So I hope to continue that. But for this podcast, unless Maz, you gotta correct me on this. We got nothing left, right? Like is the clips happening? I don't think so, but I'm just holding. Okay, nothing else for the podcast. Okay, just wanted to make absolutely sure before I said something potentially wrong as far as what we would have out there. But yeah, clips will be going up in a YouTube video somewhat shortly. Either tonight or tomorrow. There was a lot this week, a lot of last minute things that had to be done. So unfortunately, it's gonna be slightly delayed, but that'll just add to the anticipation for tomorrow. Make sure you keep an eye on that. And once it goes up, we will post that in Discord for you all, so you can go watch those at your own leisure time. But for this episode 23 of the SGL podcast, I'd like to thank you all for dropping in, having some fun with it. Seeing Shay, Trigga, Toad, Caesar, Andrea, Devin, Skyline. Seeing all you guys in chat. Nelly, Triple C, just scrolling up through here. You, me, Maz, in chat. Bird Nana. I think it was a pretty good one. Pretty fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. And yeah, make sure you get your cup matches scheduled. Rydog, any final words before we send it on home?
No, it's always a pleasure being on the podcast. We talked about earlier, right? What a cinema week of SGL, and that's just signal more things to come. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun cup week because that just adds to the layer of content that we get. And yeah, I'm excited for the cup week, and let's make it a good one.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Thanks for dealing with my lack of trying to get voice out. Still recovering from the playoff game, but hopefully I'll damage it on Saturday, as well as anybody else that's around that still has a playoff team going. So that'll wrap it up for this podcast episode. Make sure you get your matches scheduled. Looking forward to see them, maybe casting them as well. But for now, peace.
Peace.